Well, it seems this time it was a bit better. Don't know if you can hear me. Don't know if anybody can hear me. Oh, hello. It seems to be working better than it did before, even though I can't hear no feedback, which is pretty good because I don't want my mic picking up, even though it says the mic's fine. Got a flash there again. I think it's the camera, and I just have to get a better one because this is dog shite. It's hardly the dog's bollocks. Where's the brightness? No brightness. Turn on a little light, just to not like you want to see Matt fucking mug. And no brightness attenuation. I mean, come on. God, that light's horrible. Better, but only one side. Mind you. The sound you get. Let's face it, it's only half as bad. Ugly motherfucker. Let's have at it. So, how do I test it? So we've got 138 on the clock, 140. No one in, no surprise. Nice to see him on the sky earlier. Chat him there. Even though that was a nightmare. No, we're not muted. What's this button? Looks like a share button, but I don't want to fucking press it because. Yeah. What the fuck, right? So it's not StreamYard, which may work better, but I don't know. Don't know. What the fuck I'm doing, and it's all just a glorious mess. Oh, you go look. Go to the button down there. No, can't have that. Oh, okay, I don't have access to certain features. Yeah, okay, so you got to pay for that shit, right? We can do the. Does it help? No, I'm over here. Over there. Why am I looking over there? Gotta hear that fucking weirdo shit. Oh, hello. Still seems to be looking up, even though you're there. And that's because of that weird shit. Let's try something. Yeah, excuse my fucking hairs on my nose for a moment. You don't want to be looking at that shite. Freaks me out, let alone you. Better, at least. How much better? Don't know. Hello, Amanda. Can you hear me? Give us a 5-5 or a 1. Cool. Yeah, again, like the first night, this was the same way as I did it. Anyway, so I was just trying to do a test one because I wanted to be able to interact with other people on that, and some I wanted to do on Sunday, maybe tomorrow night, but Sunday anyway. With Penny Bunny, get chat. Has got a story for that she wants to hear, and I want to tell her that because it's an important story. I think many of us know this story, and we're just maybe even not even aware that it's happening, and the way it's happening, and it's been happening, at least as far as I'm aware, from 2005. That is, I don't know if I can call it NHS negligence, because that might be a bit strong. NHS policy from above, and yet doctors and nurses are probably not really on board and pissed off with it as well. Can you still see that flashing as well on the screen, Amanda? That's doing it in. I think I have to get a better camera. I might send one tonight, so I've got that ready for either tomorrow or Sunday. Because this is just a piece of dog shit. You can't see the flashing, Amanda. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's on the bottom of the screen. I noticed it was real bad the first time I did it, not so much this time. So, is there anything you want to talk about, Amanda, while we try this? Tell you what, where are you from, Amanda? You look from a big, beautiful part of the world. Are you in either Australia or Florida or I don't know? It certainly looks incredibly blue in your pictures. So it seems I'm limited with the way I'm doing this on YouTube, Brickworks. The Northeast. You're a Tyne girl. Wow. Right? Tyneside? Love visiting that. The old Newcastle. That was nice. Beautiful country. Beautiful country. Northumberland. I was born in Germany on a military base. Since then, I've come back here and lived in Yorkshire. Didn't really go on holiday anywhere. Didn't really care to. Always loved it here. Loved travelling just the country and still not seen enough of the country. Sunderland. So you think I'm a codhead? I tell you, us codheads, yeah, prefer haddock. Cods are bigger, but we prefer haddock. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to do, when I do StreamYard again, it's going to have to be through StreamYard, because I ain't got no controls here, and apparently you need, is it 1,000 to get real control? And I don't think even paying helps. If you haven't got 1,000 people that you can stream to, you use StreamYard. Yeah, it's still beautiful. Very beautiful country. But then in England, in the whole of the British Isles, beautiful. It's definitely different to anywhere else in the world, isn't it? It really is. Thank you, Amanda. Can I? So, I got my. No, that's just that's just sharing. Well, let me do anything else there. Manage. No, I can't do it. Yeah. I was thinking of making you a mod so you can kick all them other idiots off. I am. I've never been out of the country, apart from Wales and that. Yeah, I am. I was brought into the country, never wanted to go anywhere else afterwards. Apparently, the world comes around to you, so hey, have at it, right? Let's see the world come around to us. No, I suppose I do regret that, you know, not travelling the world a bit. You're a mod for Yorkshire Rose. I love Amanda. Amanda's a ballsy, gutsy girl, isn't she? True Yorkshire lass. Yeah, I like Amanda. Try not to miss anything for Amanda. Support her as much as I can. Sent a few of those alarm things and that off, you know, but what she and Active was saying, Active's another fucking true British legend right now, isn't he? He's a legend in his own time. Like Amanda, really ballsy. Fucking fine in this weather. Get a fuck off. Yeah, we'll only get a chance, Amanda. I'll stick you on as a mod, but I think I'm going to have to redo this. And when you come on as, when I get it through StreamYard, I think it'll have to be. There's tools for that, but I don't seem to have the tools here for it. It's not allowing me it. Yeah, Active is. Active really opened my eyes to a lot of things what I was missing. He's a Starman. Starman. So I can't even allow people in here at the moment because it's YouTube and it's not going through StreamYard. And I only have 18 subscribers apparently. I agree, Manda. So it doesn't seem like I've got much to do in this other than checking out another way of doing it through StreamYard. Even though I don't know why it didn't play like this for me last time. But I suppose I could just do a rant on the current state of fucking rinse shit, the sun bastard, and do that. And see if others catch up to the conversation there and add to it. I doubt it. It's fair enough. I mean, what do you think of our last two, three premiers where we've had two of them that were Americans, two American prime ministers, and the governor of our Bank of England. We don't have a CEO of Bank of England. That's not what we do here. It's a governor of Bank of England who's supposed to be public owned, and we're supposed to own it, but that's not true. Because even the Queen or the King can be public, and it's all owned by them and their shareholders by certain families, right? So the public don't own the Bank of England. That's just ridiculous. Can you see that flashing then? And that Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak, yeah, and our present governor of the Bank of England are all Americans. And it's the Americans that are staring shit in the Ukraine. It's the Americans that are staring the British prime ministers to go and push for the Ukraine war. When even Putin's put out recently an attempt to talk to Kiev and allow them to sort this out with talks. And yet the British and the American governments want all hell on earth. What the fuck, right? Yeah, too many clowns. You're not wrong. Puppets, absolutely. Time we had change on the way the whole system is worked. Do you know Penny Bunny, Andy, Amanda? More flashing. I didn't get it on StreamYard. I'd give it a quick go on StreamYard, but I couldn't really get no feedback and not much of the camera was working properly. But when I did for a short time, there was no flashing. Okay. Do you like Penny Bunny? I think she talks some sense, even though I don't agree with everything. I'm not a flat earther. I'm a baller, you know. I believe in science, but just not bullshit so-called real science of today and COVID and all that. Still that pure blood, as they say. Fuck's sake, I'd be dead if I'd had that. No, too many people right now are suffering with it, you know, because they had it. Too much going on, even children. My family has been torn apart with the results of what people are suffering with that vaccine. It's just a nightmare. It scares the shit out of me, especially the young ones. I'd have gladly taken the fucking vax to stop the children taking it. But I mean, I've only got a couple of years left anyway, probably, you know. I've got enough fucking problems. Jesus Christ. Don't bad thinking about it. I don't want to think about it. It hurts too much. It really does hurt too much. When our children have been so affected like this, and I've got a mate down the street. He's got a problem. He's got problems that his wife's facing right now, and it's a fucking nightmare. And even when you know how to help a person, right, and they turn around and say, "No, I don't want none of that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that." You just list a couple of things, you know, quercetin, NAC, zinc, vitamin C, ivermectin. You got a choice, and you can reverse the effects of fucking jibby jabby he does, right? Man, scary as what. Knowing the people so close to you that are being affected. And I didn't get that, you know, when the so-called virus was around. There was no fear here. Nobody got it. They got colds and flu, and they said, no, we're not fucking different. I've had worse flus, I've had worse colds. And anybody that says about COVID, I go, you're a liar. You just had a fucking cold or a flu. Do you know what I mean? Mother. God. God, it's a strain. So much of a strain. Why people put through this for these globalists is just not right. Not right at all. And thankfully, the globalists are losing, and they know it. They're losing. I had to assure my son earlier that was the case. I mean, he's starting now. He's only in his 21, and he's already starting out saving and creating his own portfolio, trying to buy property. And I've helped him to get that way before I even dreamed of doing it when I was young. And I'm glad he's able to do this. And he still has problems, don't get me wrong, humans, and don't achieve time schedules and stuff. But he's doing all right. Landed himself a good job. He's fucking it up a bit. And it's just hitting home hard to him right now, you know. And tomorrow he may even lose his job. If he doesn't, I'm hoping it's a big enough kick up his ass that he can follow it through so he can start to build upon it and realize, you know, this isn't a game anymore. It's not a game. It's not like that Guns N' Roses song that's hidden on the fucking Spaghetti album, you know. Well, it's all a game. It is no game. It's no fucking game. This is life and death. We're all in it. All of us. Rishi Sunak is going to try very hard right now to drive us into the digital world of banking. He's going to try it. That's his promise. He's promised a few things and he's already U-turned. And hopefully the fucker will be kicked out because, what was it, 10, 20, 30,000 members? Oh, I'm starting to sound like bad. Members quit and cancelled their membership in the Conservative Party. Now that's a big hit for the memberships. And if they don't listen, then we're only left with one alternative, which doesn't really bear thinking about. But when you've got nowhere else to go, what can you do? You still there, Amanda? So to me, it really does seem like the globalists are losing. From what we're seeing with the red wave in America, what we're seeing in Iran, Russia, India, Pakistan, even that is just nuts right now. Sri Lanka, they're tearing each other's fucking throats out because there's no food or fuel. France, Italy, Greece, Germany, what was the other place? I forget. Are all up in arms against the government to stop all this nonsense. Because we all know needs. Nice to know you're still there, man. It's nuts to know that the whole of the people of this world, yeah, are against the globalists. And it seems to be a fact, without question, yeah, that they all deny all that the globalists want, especially the West, especially Bill Gates, and the crimes that these people have done to humanity. And they've all got it to paper, all of them. And it can't be behind shut doors of a courtroom because that ain't just going to stand anymore. It just ain't. And anybody who thinks that they can just do that now is just crazy. It's gone way too far. Even the politeness of the English and the so-called British, yeah. Are you British? I don't consider myself British. I consider myself English. And I think you probably do by who you follow, but I don't know. It's me, I can't let you join in here, but I'll do this again in a little while, see if I can do it through what we call it, Sting app, and see if I can open up channels with the phone and link mine. That'll be interesting. Sound interesting. This will be a fucking nightmare with all the microphones, but hey, oh, go on, girl. Do you understand you have a constitution, Manda? You have a constitution. You have a constitution. Is that backwards, too? Is that reversed? That's terrible. How do you reverse that on YouTube? What wankers? We have a constitution. we have a constitution, yeah, which defines all of our laws, just as well as the Americans. It's where the Americans got their constitution from, as ours. And it's important. And the British have been destroying it ever since they learned that it was so powerful that it created the American free world. The British, the kings and queens, have been trying to destroy our constitution so they can destroy theirs. If you can destroy it at the root, the constitution which it created here in England, you can destroy it everywhere. The free world started in England. Nowhere else. England. It gave freedom to the world. That's why the world is flocking here now. Rishi Sunak's going to push and push and push. Black belt barristers talking now. If you've got any savings, get it out of the bank. If you've got any savings, get it out of the bank. Because they're going to do a buy-in, and it's what they'll do is take everybody's money and say, these institutions are too big to fail, but you aren't too big. You're nothing. You can fail and start again. It's okay for you because you're just flies in the ointment. I don't know. We're in terrible times, but there is far more hope today than there was last week. There was even I can't remember who it was releasing that Putin was talking to Ukraine. Putin is talking to Ukraine. But if the British try to involve themselves and trying to push for them not to, again, under America's backing, we've still got problems. And Americans trying to push for it. And it seems like Biden and these wankers are all trying to push for an offensive before their election on the 8th of this month. Because if they can do that, American trends in their politics say that when voting happens, if there's a war, they tend to allow the ruling president to stay in power and all the staff across the board, the governors and senators, yeah, to stay on because, well, they started it, so they should deal with it. And they tend to have that policy over there. And that's the way Americans tend to think, apparently. And it's the way they tend to vote. So if they push for conflict and put some troops in there where they're now at war, fuck's sake, dig a bunker. Fucking dig a bunker. They already have 100,000 troops 250 miles off the border of Ukraine in Romania. Let's just hope they all remain in there. I think it's all posturing. I don't think they'll go in. I don't think they dare. But it's all political posturing for the elections next week. And the Democrats are being destroyed right throughout. And we're even seeing that here in England. The schools and that around here and that are pushing against the no meat, the transgender. I'm not too sure about the fucking doctors and stuff. I've had some worrying info come out of there just today. That was blew my fucking mind. Oh God. What I see our young going through right now just scares the fuck out of me. And we, the old people, have to stand taller and harder to fight this shit. I mean, I still fucking have trouble walking down the street, but I talk to enough people as much as I can, yeah, and try and get them to understand certain positions, you know, especially with the migration. Did you see the census recently that was released the data today, Amanda, where 10 million, 10 million people in England officially, it's just the official, not the hidden statistics, yeah, 10 million people in England today aren't born here. 10 million. Jesus Christ. If it's 10 million, most people, I find out technically because I have arthritis. I have arthritis. Turmeric works incredibly well. It's the best thing I've tried. And to treat it, you have to take turmeric for at least a month to 3 months for it to start working. You don't notice it until then. And then I couldn't play guitar before, and now I'm starting to go back at it. And I'm hoping to be able to start to play music again. But I've got some hope because of turmeric. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I totally agree, and it's a head fuck. It really is. It's so disturbing. But turmeric. Oh, and some people will tell you you need pepine to activate the turmeric. You don't because the enzymes are already through the food you eat, and you probably take peppers and that in with you, all sorts of forms. And even if it's just mild, they will activate it. It's already in your stomach enzymes that allow it to activate properly. You do not need pepine to activate turmeric. Just get basic turmeric tabs or just turmeric itself and make little balls that you can find how to do on YouTube. It's just mix it with 1 drop of water with some turmeric, and you can form little balls and take it once in the morning. It's really incredibly cheap for that way. It's far cheaper than buying the tablets. A little bit messy, but hey, it's worth it. Just give a quick look at turmeric with the yoga, some all the top yogis and that. They all do it, and it's well worth doing. Just buy a big bag of it on from Amazon because it's far cheaper than buying it in the shops. I mean, 100 grams will cost you what, £2, but you buy it on Amazon, you get a kilo for less than £7. It's just you've got a year's supply there already. Just make little balls, take that with a glass of water every day, and within we can take it twice a day to increase its efficacy, and it does work quite well. Man's incredibly improved, and everything I've tried beforehand never worked. Even for 10 years, I tried through for severe arthritis with massive pains in my hands, arms, and especially the neck and shoulders here. It was a nightmare. But since taking turmeric, it's been fine. But I found, and this seems to be true, that 10 years of using anti inflammatories caused my heart disease. Yeah, I've suffered with not necessarily carpal tunnel, but it may have been, but I had tests for that. They couldn't prove that. And what they suggested was just repetitive strain injury, which are very closely linked. Repetitive strain injuries and carpal tunnel, like cold shoulders and golf elbow, are all linked. They're all the same, similar things, which are because of that type of strain. Yeah, Now, if you take, say, such things as naproxen, isoflurane, or diclofenac, all these type of anti-inflammatories, they're fine for a short time, but only a short time, no longer than maybe a month to 3 months. But after that, then start causing, the way they work is they cause things that go into your bloodstream and hit, say, the joints, and they comfort the joint. Yeah. But over long periods of time, they cause plaque in the arteries as it travels down throughout the body. Yeah. And can cause heart attacks and heart disease, which is exactly what happened to me. I had a surgeon laugh at me, turning around and say, "Oh, yeah, we used to do that." And I went, "What do you mean you used to do that? It's what fucking happened to me, you cunt." They're disgraceful, they really are. It's a story and a half in itself, just that, just for myself. My life has been destroyed. Oh, every pleasure I had in life, right? Whether it was sex, reading, chess, martial arts, yeah, were all taken away from me like that just because of their treatment and being ignorant. And I hope that message gets out to anybody who's just starting out on treatments with arthritis. Yeah, use it for a short time. Go to turmeric, start on that type of thing, and stop long-term treatment with anti-inflammatories, because anti-inflammatories are a nightmare. The same as polyunsaturates. They are carbohydrates which are unnatural and also cause heart disease. And we was all brought up on, poor foods and stuff, margarine and all that bullshit. Even these seed cooking oils. I mean, when we grew up, we was actually, my mum and that cooked in lard and stuff. But nowadays, it's all seed oils, and they are just as bad. I've gone back to lard and beef dripping and all that, which are far healthier. They are actually saturates, and they actually absorb properly in the body and can be recreated to create the proper cells in the body. And this is what we all need. We all need a proper food education taken away from government policy. Just the same with medicine. Government has to get the fucking hand right out of it. We need local governments back again. We need the power of Yorkshire back as a whole Yorkshire. One Yorkshire, no Humberside, no north, south, east, west, none of that, just Yorkshire. Which creates the powerful seat in government, which they all abhor, all of them. Even Lancashire wants that for us. Don't know them two drugs. They're for arthritis. Uh, but yeah, get off them if you can. Seriously, there is nothing better than turmeric. I hear people telling me for years, right, and I thought I was trying turmeric. It was in my curries and all that lot of normal food, right? But it's not the same. Once you take a certain size, just a pea size, right? Just a pea size. I mean, I take a tablet as well because it's easy. I tried it with the pepine, but I found I was getting stomach problems. And this is the problem when you add pepine to turmeric and you take it every day. I was getting stomach cramps. It was pretty horrendous, really. Just laying down, my body would try and fold over, right, with cramps. So I went back to the basic one. Oh, so you're addicted then? Just like the cocodamol here. I've been addicted to this twice. I still have it in. I still use it because I still get pains which are hard to manage. And that was also because I was hit by a car. Uh, it's not so much the arthritis, it's just I have other pains and stuff. And now with the heart disease, the center of my chest and pains and stuff, that can help to relieve it. And I don't want to get addicted to it again. I've been addicted to it twice, and it's a nightmare to get off. It takes a lot just say no more, no more. And you have to go through a lot of pain because the tablets themselves cause pain. They cause you pain because you're missing them, you want them, you need them. And it's addiction. And it's the same with heroin and stuff. And funny enough, it was the first person who highlighted it to me. It was a heroin addict. He told me I was addicted. I didn't even realize I've been doing it for 10 years. He says, Stu, you fucking dickhead, you're addicted. Wake the fuck up. He says, that's what I go through every day. And he was an heroin addict. And he was right. So the last 20 years, I've been addicted twice, and I ain't going to be addicted again. I take them once in a while, and then, I'd rather have a beer or just a sprinkling of a fucking bit of blow in a single skinner, because I can't take too much because that opens up too much of my arteries, which cause a lot of when the arteries all open up, I've got a stent, and the arteries open up higher than the stent, so all the blood's pushing, trying to get through this small gap, which won't open up because it's a stent and it's fixed, right? And they expand and all the blood's pushing, and I get really aggravated, and you feel every little cell in your body just vibrating as if it wants to push beyond this point. And you feel it, and you go, oh, yeah, pain meds. I hate morphine, I really do. It's just nasty stuff. But codeine is that it's an analgesic, they're all that. Thank you, Afghanistan, I suppose. Or is it New Zealand where they grow most of it now? Fucking poppies. They're the blue poppies, not the red ones, are they? So, yeah. We need to have more say in our government. We need to have them more accountable for everything they do. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't take the pain away most of the time. The anti-inflammatories do. It was weird looking back at it, right? With naproxen, aceclofenac and diclofenac, when the doctor turned around after I've had my stent put in and I'd had a heart attack. I've been having a heart attack for 4 weeks. 4 weeks, and I was fucking gripping my chest, going into doctors, walking all the way down to doctors, telling me it was just a chest muscle. Yeah, well, no shit, Batman, right? Yeah, it was a fucking chest muscle. It was just internal, not external muscular. They got a bollocking for that and reprimanded as when it was, found out. But still, these are the things that happen too regularly in our health system, where I know most of these doctors and nurses just really do want to try their best and to help people. I mean, well, actually, I may have been a lot different now because most people who I'm hearing from now are saying that more of the time is they don't understand what people are trying to tell them, and it's rare that they can. Which is really scary. But they still push this shit on us. Well, that's so sad, man. Yeah, and the naproxen, diclofenac, aceclofenac, and nightmares. I mean, aceclofenac and diclofenac can work for people who have massive water retention, but you need to exercise for it. You need to keep walking and walking and walking. Otherwise, it's really bad. And like all of these, they are short term. I mean, I don't know how long I've got. I've been waiting on an operation for 4 years now, just to have it all stretched and stuff. It got cancelled for all sorts of reasons. Some of the reasons was because I had infections and stuff, and they wouldn't allow me to come into surgery, and because I had an infection, because they don't want it to spread and stuff. Especially in the last 2 years, even the year before, to be honest. So 4 years I've been trying to get in and out, and I've got blood tests to go for next week. I was supposed to have them on Tuesday. I got cancelled. Now next Tuesday, and yeah, I admit him, I've just had his done, and hopefully he's going to be fine. And I'm waiting to see how he recovers on this one, because he's just had all of his expanded his arteries and that. And I'm up because this is what I'm waiting for, to have a better chance to be able to walk down the fucking street, for fuck's sake, because that's hard enough. It's a fucking nightmare. I've seen the NHS now, especially the last 20 years, right? Just destroy my loved ones, mum, dad, uncles, other people. And I know my other family members have had other family members, stepdaughters and stuff, just die because of government policy. Say this is the way all these treatments should be applied to. Yet we know there are far, far better ones than there are going right now. Just one second. And I could talk for hours and hours on this. Oh, absolutely stressed. I still get stressed thinking about it. Let's talk. November the 5th, 2005. It was the day my mum died, so I always remember it. And no, I really don't give a flying fuck about bonfire night anymore, because saw my mum die after the whole of us. She had, well, there's 5 of us children, yeah, siblings. Thank God together when we heard that she had cancer. And we fought to try and keep her alive. We changed everything about her diet and everything. We got bottled water in without any EU circles on it and all that type of thing. We got the pure water. We cooked absolutely fresh and made sure it was not overcooked. It was done right. And she ate all these foods. She'd sneak the odd biscuit and that, and everybody used to hide it from me, because I said no sugar, because sugar is the key ingredient to allowing cancer to grow. If there's no sugar that goes into the body, then cancer cannot grow, because that's what cancers feed on, is sugar. That's it. Nothing else, just sugar. And it has to be processed sugar, not raw sugar. Raw sugar is fine. Low fructose, yeah, in the fruits. These are all good. The same with saturated fats, beef dripping, bacon fats, pork fat. They're all good for you. Not margarine. Margarine and all these polyunsaturates, because that's what they are, yeah, are all banned in America. They're not supposed to have them. They got took off the shelves. Because they cause heart disease. They cause plaque within the arteries. Within the artery, little build-ups from polyunsaturates build up. They become, even at heat, they become solid inside the arteries. When natural fats like beef dripping and lard and stuff just don't, because they're natural animals, just like we are, yeah? Where polyunsaturates tend to be more like plastics. Does that make sense to the microplastics everybody's talking about? Oh, it's been going on longer, but now we can see what they are because we've now got the technology to see it better. Fuck them, right? Yeah. Yeah, losing my mum like that was just a nightmare. We fought for years. We took last time we took her into hospital, the nurses came out and says, bloods are all clear. I said, well, what do you mean they're all clear? He says, well, there's no more cancer cells within her bloodstream. Well, says, well, that's good, isn't it? And she went, well, yeah, but we don't know how she's done it. How is that possible? We didn't know that was possible. We figured it out just doing a bit of research on fucking Lyme. We use something called SEACT. Now, I've mentioned this to a few other people in the recent past, yeah, in the last years, let's say, yeah, who've now started using it and they're having success too. But what happened with my mum, which she was given in 2005, I believe it was, it might have been a little bit earlier, but as far as I knew, it was about that time when they started the flu vaccine. Now, it was no longer the flu jab as we all knew it, the yearly thing that you used to take. It was the flu vaccine. But yeah, you was still going to have it every year. It's like, I was at a vaccine then, right? And this will start the duping of the populations around the world. You know what? A vaccine ain't what you think it is, right? Or like you used to think it is, you had one and you might need a top up 10, 15, 20 years later, right? I know you know, man, lots of us know this. And this is the point. It's all of us around the world have had enough of this crap and this illusion of government policy that restricts the way we treat ourselves with medicines, with even politics, and the way we allow them to change shit just to help themselves while we all struggle and die in agony because of these useless cunts that just take a wage that says, oh, well, there's nothing else we can change, so we'll just take a big wage, right? Yeah, how about it? You swore a fucking vow. You'll stick to the vow. And if not, you'll be committed for treason. And I think that's what needs to come. I think that they know it as well, and it's what scares them. And that's also a big part of the problem is if they think that, we think that, then what's to stop them? Pressing the big red button, right? Big red button. Let's go Third World over, right? Third World War. Is a worry. Seen too many people I love die. There was an ex-partner of mine who died a few years ago. She died the same shit, cancers and stuff, you know. And I loved her to bits. I always have done. I'll never stop loving her. Even though I did have another partner afterwards. And that partner gave me a child, a son who is now 21. No, that's an awkward one, eh? Your brain's not fucking out. Oh, no, I'm backing out. I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, down at the top that we all know and see those in Parliament and that they are puppets. Can we get close to the others? Yeah, well, that's debatable. Yeah, especially to gather evidence and to be able to triumph for, crimes against humanity. It's certainly a big problem. How that'll be achieved, I don't think anybody knows. And if anybody does know, it's certainly not something they're going to talk about because they're going to hold on to it until they get them and say, right, now it's your time because now we've got the evidence. Maybe the evidence is out there for them. I don't know. I don't know. When you look at the NED and who backs all them, which is the National Endowment, is it National Democratic Endowment? Or, no, it's NED, isn't it? National Endowment Democratic fucking Summit. Now we all know that how involved they are. We also all know about the NGOs of certain groups with George Soros and stuff. Everybody talks about that. That name is so fucking vilified right now. Yeah. But has anybody got evidence to be able to charge that guy and prove against him? That's maybe. But it's something that if anybody has got it, they're not going to shout it out until the timing's right. Because right now, with the timing is definitely not right with who's in power. Ukraine needs to stop. We need independence in this country to take power. So does America. That's happening big time in America, and hopefully then it can spread on outwards. Yeah. I mean, I'm an independent, yeah, because I'm a member of the English Democratic Party. I don't tout it so much, do you know what I mean? I just mention it because that's who I'm for, yeah. And we have a constitution too, yeah. We have a constitution. This is our constitution. We had it hundreds of years before the Americans. Yeah, a lot of smoke and mirrors there. And it makes it very hard to even talk to people about stuff like this, right? Which is so important, which we all should agree upon. But you're right, the smoke and mirrors stops conversations dead. Our rights and that, they're all there, but they're being whittled away by Parliament itself because they're British and anybody can be British. So they're not English, and there's no English within Parliament. Why is the English Parliament got no English in it? The Scottish SNPs, which are communists. There is the Welsh Plaid Cymru, which are communists. In Northern Ireland at the moment, they've got Sinn Féin, which are communist, and the IRA, yeah, which is also in Ire, the country of Ire, which is Sinn Féin. And they're trying to unite the whole country at the moment, and the EU are helping them to try to do that. And our government's so fearful of blocking the border bullshit from the EU to allow them, because they all seem to be still tilting towards the EU. Because they're scumbags and they're cowards, all of them. They pretend it's this and it's that, and that they can't do nothing. But if they can't do anything, who the fuck can, right? I don't buy it. You won't buy it. And many of us in this country don't buy it. So we're all aware, and more of us, day by day, are aware. The only answer is to take control, rest it, and tell the rest of these fuckers to fuck off, and we're going to stand. And we're not going to tolerate the invasion, as even Suella Braverman said in Parliament recently, that this is an invasion. And I believe there was somebody else who said it a day later. Can't remember the name. But we know it's an invasion. We know it's scary. And it's been, 20 years since I first heard about them assaulting certain people in my own family. Grooming beautiful children in my family, these girls which breaks my heart. It's too much of it. It's all over the country. We all know it is. And I'm not going to talk more about that because I won't put them girls in that unless they want to talk about it. But we all know it goes on. And to ignore this is treason to all of us, this country. The government's the first responsibility is to protect its citizens and its citizens' property. That's it. Nothing is above that. That matters. Nothing is to protect the nation, its people, and its property. That's it. And every government since joining the EU has let that go. That has been ignored. The key principles of the sovereignty of people, the sovereignty of its people, have been ignored. And that includes the whole of Europe and even America. Anywhere there's a constitution and a life of freedom, where free people exist with free speech and the right to the fruits of your labour, they are being destroyed under German dictatorship from the EU, directed from America, under the ridiculous families that still came from Europe, which are now in America and have rose to the top. What motherfuckers these so-called noblesse are, yeah? These elites, those that worship El. Fuck them. Scumbags. Well, at least this one works quite well. And it's been going on for what, just over an hour. Not too bad. I think I'm going to get off for now, Amanda, and I'm going to later on try the, what do I call it, stream. Oh, bloody hell. What do I call it? To allow other people in and out and to interact, because I've got a blank screen here, but I've got no tools, unlike that other streaming network. And I need to try that and see if I can get that working. I tried it a while ago, but I couldn't get the camera on. The camera just wasn't working. So I'm going to remember you fondly, Amanda. And when we get up and running properly, be able to stream properly, some tools, I'm going to make you a mod. You can help me out. But until I get some tools and that to work with, and I think it's just because I'm doing it live on YouTube, it's limited. And they're just not giving me the tools. And I think I'll send away for another camera as well tonight. See if I can get one. Well, it will be all Sunday now. See if we can get a better one. So I'm going to say good night, you lovely creature, Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. You take care as well. I love how you North of Yorkshire say pet. Good night, sweetheart. You take care, yeah? And hopefully we'll speak soon. All right. You take care. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Good night.